Hey there, spiritual capitalists. I just want to say how you doing. I want to let you know that we got the Awaken Life course. Everybody knows we already got the Awaken Life live event coming up. I just want to make a couple of announcements. We got a contest. I guess it's really not a contest. It's just like some incentives to help you get a little more inspired. I was in uh, I was helping Dean and Graziosi and Tony Robbins launch something a while back, and I noticed they had all these different they gave some prizes out if people made it to a certain level, and it was really cool because it got me excited. I had like a goal to reach to, and it was like, if I get 10 people, then I'm gonna go hang out with Tony Robbins, and like so it really got me inspired to like push a little bit harder and have like a tangible goal. And I noticed that it did it for so many other people because there was like 85 people that were able to get to like a specific level because they had that goal and they just like pushed. And I was like at midnight at night, like I remember me at midnight, like it was at like 11:30 at night. And what was really cool because if you guys know Garima, but Garima is hidden here, but Garima came from that. Garima, she showed up because I was helping Dean and Tony launch their thing. And it was at 11:45 p.m., 15 minutes before the contest was over. And I had like, actually I had like, I think I had, so at 11 p.m. that night I had 7 people. I had to get to 10 and I had 7 people. So from 11 p.m. to midnight, I got those extra 3 people. And it was just real fun. But not only was it fun, but I mean, Garima showed up from this. And it was because I was pushing a little bit harder. And now I look, how Garima's life has transformed, like that she's part of this. And I've just seen her blossom. At the last Awaken Life, she was there. She ended the whole thing with this amazing party, like this dancing that was like nothing I've ever seen before. And she'll be doing that again at this one, by the way. So just imagine if Dean and Tony had not had that little bar like set there, I wouldn't have had something to push a little bit harder. Because I mean, I already knew the benefits of what they were doing in this world. I knew that it was serving humanity. I knew that it was a good thing. And I even knew that I was getting rewarded for it. But something shifted when I had this goal and then even like a deadline on it. So I wanted to set up something like that for you guys so that you could, because again, especially if you've been to Awaken Life Live already, the power, what it does for people. And just imagine your friends and your family and everybody there. And I'm sure you've already thought about that, but I wanted to get that little bit of incentivization. Is that the word? Whatever. So I just wanted to give you that little bit of extra. Hey, if I could just do this, because you're going to look back and just realize what a difference you made in people's lives when you get people to this event. So just to incentivize you to get to some people to this event, we had a couple little different kind of goals. One is just 3 people. If you can bring 3 people, and it's free. It's a free event, and it's life transformational. I know it does. It is 3 days, and it's a lot for somebody to move their schedule out of the way and give themselves 3 days to come do something like this. So it is a little bit difficult to get people to do that, but at the same time, it's free. This is a $2,000 event that it will transform their life. And with the fact that we're launching the Tree of Life this time, it's like this is this little vehicle. This is like this missing piece for the whole world of like all heart-centered people that really want to make a difference in the world. There's always been something missing. There's like this little vehicle, their little tool that they just didn't like. If they had this one thing, they didn't know what it was. Like I didn't know what it was. But there was always some reason why they couldn't make the income and impact that they've always wanted. The Tree of Life is it. And we're launching that, and it's going to be beneficial for you to actually have people there with you during the Tree of Life launch as well. So that's coming up. So this is the Awaken Life Live, but we learned a lot from the last one. We're even better this time. We did the Ready, Fire, Aim, and it's going to be even better than it was before. And we've got this vehicle that's going to transform the world, the Tree of Life that we're launching. So make sure that you get there, but also bring people there. So if you could bring 3 people, then you're what's called a movement igniter. So this is a global movement. We're here in Austin, Texas. We're growing now. It's other parts of the world as well, but the heart of it is here in Austin, Texas. And you guys are here in Austin, Texas. And if you will just bring 3 people, when you bring 3 people, then you become a movement igniter. Like you're really, setting this thing ablaze so it just can expand all the way across the world. Because as more and more people show up, I was talking to Darshan, I think it was yesterday, and he was talking about he felt so good for like 2 weeks after Awaken Life. It was like he was in a whole nother world. But then it's like he kind of, I don't know what happened. It kind of like wore off. I'm like, well, what happened was you were in a world with people who were fully alive. They were fully authentic. Nobody was wearing a mask. Nobody was unconscious. We were just there and just being present in the moment, being who we were. And you were surrounded by that, by love and by authenticity. And that's why it felt so good. But then you went back out in the world carrying that authenticity, carrying that love, but the world wasn't the world wasn't authentic. The world wasn't in love. The world wasn't present. And they slowly started to rub off on you, and you kind of put you back to sleep a little bit. But so imagine though, and this is what I was telling him, imagine though, if when you left Awaken Life and you went back out in the world was Awaken Life. The world was exactly the same. Everyone that you bumped into was awake. Everyone you bumped into was present. Everyone you bumped into was in their heart. Imagine that. That's what we're here to do. It's not natural for people to be like stuck in their shit. It's not natural for people to be pissed off and depressed, and that's not natural. It's an artificial creation that's like just been programmed into us as we've been programmed to consume. So imagine as we come in here, we take a stand for the truth, and it's like this group of people. We got this awake 3 days, but we take those 3 days out in the world, and then we bring the world back to those 3 days, and we keep doing that until suddenly it's like we're rinsing the world clean of all their shit, all the mud and muck that's like covering their light. We're just washing it. And as we do that, then suddenly it's like you leave Awaken Life and you're still in Awaken Life. You're still in love. You're still in heaven. You don't ever have to leave it. So that's the power of this movement. And I'm inviting you to help us with this movement. Because it's not for me. It's not for Kirk. It's not for Mel. It's for we. I mean, it's for your children. It's for your grandchildren. It's for your great-grandchildren. It's for every person that you've ever known and loved. That's what this is for. So imagine you help us and you bring 3 people with you. And then next time those 3 people bring 3 people. And then they bring 3 people. And that's some exponential growth because, it's 3 times 3 is 9. And then 9 times 3 is 27. And then 27 times 3 is, I don't know, but it's going to keep growing and it's going to start growing big. Then all of a sudden 100 turns into 300. 300 turns into basically 1,000. 1,000 turns into 3,000. And it starts happening really, really fast. I think this is really wild. If you were to fold a piece of paper, I heard this, if you fold a piece of paper in half and you did that 50 times, a little thin piece of paper, you fold it in half 50 times, it will actually go all the way to the moon. Right? I mean, that's because that's exponential growth because every time you fold it in half, it doubles. So you fold it in half, it doubles. It goes all the way to the moon. So that's pretty wild to think about, right? But think about this one. This got me even more when I was like, oh, wow, that's true. Because you're like, well, maybe that's true. Maybe 50 folds will go to the moon. Maybe that's true. But that's supposedly scientifically that is. So, but now watch this. This one you can't deny. So however many folds it took you to get to the moon, maybe it was 50. Well, if it was 50, then that means 51 folds goes to the moon and back. One more fold goes to the moon and back, and you can't deny that. So if you went to the moon with one and then you double that, moon and back. So that's just doubling. Imagine if we're tripling. So imagine Awaken Life Live. I think we had like 70 people. The last one. Now this one, we have a couple hundred, few hundred people. And then the next one, 1,000 people. And it just keeps tripling. And it could be so fast, just across the world, this movement can be ignited. So that's why you're a movement igniter. And you can look back, and you're going to look back, and you're going to, wow, I helped ignite that movement. I was part of this. Not just because I was there and I woke up, but also because I cared enough about the people, that I love. I cared enough about the world. I cared enough about humanity that I invited people to this thing too. And so you invite 3 people, and then you just imagine, somebody shows up and you see how much their life is transformed, and you see them get enrolled, and you get to be, you realize that you get to be a part of that when they start bringing people. And then you were the one that planted that seed. You were the one that made that massive difference. Your one turned into three, that turned into thousands, turned into millions, just because you invited one person. You transformed the world. So to inspire you just a little bit, to ignite you a little bit, to be a movement igniter, what we're going to do is that means you brought 3 people to the Awaken Life Live event. Again, it's free. All you guys just pay a $10 seat reservation fee. Pay their dang $10 seat reservation fee for them. I mean, what, just get them there. So if you do that, then you're going to get a VIP lunch with us, with me and Mel and Kirk and the other leaders of the team. We're going to do a VIP lunch at Awaken Life Live on Saturday. And at that VIP lunch, we're going to kind of give you guys some, like, I guess it's like, I want to say insider secrets, but it's like we're all, this is not an exclusive world here. We're very inclusive. And at the same time, though, there is kind of like, people who are more devoted, more committed. Well, you don't just hand people like, here you go, here's all the everything, because they're not going to do anything. They're not going to know what to do with it. But so if you've already taken this step, then we know that you're going to know what to do with the information that we're going to give you, with the secrets, that we're going to give you, the things that are going to help you make even more of an impact and an income, like above and beyond what you ever even knew before. So that's what we're going to do at that lunch. It's going to be very powerful. So, and that's if you just bring 3 people. All you have to do is bring 3 people, and it's free for them. Just their $10 seat reservation fee. I think you can do that. And you got until, let's say, until Thursday, next Thursday. So a week, and so midnight Wednesday, which would be Thursday. So a week from today, a week. And so right now, it's like as I'm doing this video, it's 1:30 p.m. on Wednesday. So what I mean by that would be, so you've got until midnight tonight as of that Wednesday. You got 1 week. So Wednesday night at midnight, before Awaken Life Live, you've got that much time to get your 3 people signed up and with their seat reservation. If you got those 3 people signed up before then, and it's going to be fun too. Like I said, it was really fun, but just I got to see how, like, Garima's life has transformed and the other people's lives have transformed because I did this. So that's what I'm inspiring you to do. But so you got until midnight to get those 3 people. And if you do that, then you get to come to the VIP lunch, and we're going to share with you some super, super, like, really incredible high-level stuff that's going to transform the way that you make an income and an impact at the same time on a whole nother level. So then so that's a movement igniter. So then we got another person that we're going to call a movement leader. You didn't just ignite the movement. You weren't just like, like throwing out some matches, but you actually said, hey, and you took a stand and you became a leader. You went first and you showed other people, hey, here's the way, guys. Let's go do this thing. We can do this. Like, this is real. The only reason it's not possible for the world to live in love and peace, love, and joy and abundance is because people don't believe it's possible. Really my only job is to get you to believe, to get the world to believe. I remember I was on a mastermind cruise a while back, and these were like millionaires all on this mastermind cruise. And this was one of the very first times I'd ever like given like a talk. And I'm in front of like these 100 different millionaires. And I remember standing up and I did this I had a little guided meditation thing that I walked them through. And then I started saying, you know what? I believe world peace is possible. Who believes world peace is possible? And I'm like, seriously, no. I mean, don't just raise your hand unless you really, truly believe it. I think I did that first. And then, I'm like, I'm serious. Don't BS me. Don't just raise your hand, but like, who really, really believes it's possible? And then there was like a few people raised their hand. I'm like, okay, awesome. And then I did like a talk. And then at the end, I was like, okay, now who believes world peace is possible? And the whole room raised their hands. And I was like, you know what? That's my only job, is to get you to believe that it's possible. Because if the whole world believes it's possible, we don't have to do anything. Like, you don't have to do anything. Just the belief is what makes it possible. And if everybody believes, then all of a sudden it just becomes reality. We don't even have to do anything. We just are it. So anyway, coming back to you being a global you're not a global movement leader. You're just a movement leader if you bring 7 people. So if you bring 7 people, you're going to get the VIP lunch, and then we're also going to give you a $250 gift certificate to Amazon. So it's not like some crazy wild thing, but and we're already covering the whole cost of the whole event and everything. So this is just because we want to show you this isn't about the money, this is about the movement. we're willing to give first. Like, let's just give, like we're shouldering all this. There is no, all the, like all the weight's on our shoulders here. There's no, so it's like, let's just give. Let's give. And let's just outgive the world. And so not only we're making it free, but for you helping us, we're giving you a $250 gift certificate to Amazon. So it's not about that, but we want to reward you, just for giving, for you giving and growing and being a leader and being a contributor. Do well while doing good. So because you're doing good things in the world, we want to help you do well as well. But $250, not a big deal, but you can get a lot of good stuff for $250 on Amazon. It'll ship it right to your door. So hopefully that's enough to get you excited. So again, you got 2 goals right now, and we might add more. If somebody hits those goals, if you already, if you like in the next day or two, you say, all right, John, I got my 7 people who've already signed up, then let's make another goal for you. We can keep taking it higher. And we might make some big, some contest for the one who brings the most people. I don't know. We might do some cool stuff. So let's just see. I'm kind of igniting a fire right now. So, let's see where it goes. It's up to you guys now. I'm putting it on you. Like I've given you everything. If there's anything that I can do to help you, if you would want me to get on a live stream with you or anything like that, or Kirk, or anything that we can do to help you, because we know the power of this movement. We know what it's going to do for the world. You can see because right now humanity is literally insane, doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. We got war and poverty, and it's just going to keep going. We've been at war for forever. So this is something different. We're finally doing something different. So, but it's not going to get any better unless we start really truly making a difference. So the people who are in their heart, we've got to actually stand up, because faith without works is dead. So we've actually got to start taking some action. We've got to start doing. We can't just be sitting around, la la la, yeah, everything. No, it doesn't work that way. A lot of people say that, well, I'm just waiting on God. Well, you know what? God's waiting on you. It's like you got to do something. So God makes trees. He doesn't make chairs. You want a chair? You're gonna have to take that tree and turn it into a chair, right? So let's do this thing. Let's lock arms. Let's do this thing together. So I'm inviting you. And if there's anything that I can do for you, just let me know. I'm here as service to you. And I just want to help. I just want to help the world. I just want to help people. And I'm doing whatever I can to help you help people as well. So that's it. We got, again, Awaken Life Live. Bring the people. And then and we'll bring the love and transformation, and that's it. So I just want to thank you again for being part of our tribe, and for everything that you do. For even if you just bring yourself, thank you so much for bringing yourself. That's very, very powerful as well. So we're not discounting anything. Everything matters and everything counts. So just be there. If you could just get you there, then just be there. So I guess that's it. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you later.